Hey guys, welcome back to MMA Library. Today in MMA and UFC news, the Jon Jones return saga finally seems to be coming to a close, and hopefully we will see Jones return to the octagon in March. The rumor is that if Ngannou doesn't re-sign with the UFC or can't compete due to injury, Curtis Blaydes may be the one welcoming Jones to the heavyweight division. Here's what Blaydes had to say about the potential matchup. That's about as far as I know as well, but seeing as how it's been reported by all the official MMA websites and authors, I think it's legit. I'm going to be preparing when I get home after the holidays. I'll be in champ mode or the mindset, so I'll be ready. We'll see what happens though. Title shot? That's the ultimate goal. Jon is just the ultimate consolation, but what you work out for every day is the real belt, not the interim belt. One lucky person in Liverpool was surprised to see Paddy the Baddy arrive at their front door. Here's the clip.
Hello?
Hello, look, my dog's just had like a slop outside. I was just wondering if you got some water. I don't want to leave it outside your front path.
Paddy Ah!
It is.
I'm 5 minutes away from home. Don't worry, I'll clean it.
Just, like, you sure? I feel terrible, you know what I mean?
No, it's alright.
It's just had a proper slop and I can't even pick it up with a poo bag, you know what I mean?
Don't worry, I'll clean it when I get in.
Thank you very much once again. I'm sorry about that. I hate doing stuff like that. That's why I knocked on.
Go on, I'll see you later.
Jan Blachowicz lets fans know he's grateful that he will now be fighting for the title at UFC 282. Here's the clip.
So we just arrived in Vegas yesterday, the evening, so today first training. Good climate, used to the weather. And happy because title shot, main event. Amazing, that was crazy. Because I didn't know nothing. I was in the plane 10 hours and I was the last person who know in my fight will be for the title. So I wish you, very fast recovery, and it is what it is. We've got the title shot, so perfect, I'm happy. Ready for it.
There's been some recent rumors surrounding who Alex Pereira may fight in his first title defense. Fighters like Khamzat tried their chance at getting the fight. However, it seems that Pereira has settled the debate in a recent interview by stating that if Adesanya wants it, the first shot is his. He did catch me at one point, so he believes he can beat me. It doesn't matter to me. I'll fight him, that's no problem. If there are two guys, Adesanya and some other guy, I'd pick Adesanya, if I'm being honest. I'm not picking another guy just to not give Adesanya the chance. If he really wants it, then he's next. Michael Bisping gives his take on Yuri Prochazka pulling out of UFC 282 and the new main event between Blachowicz and Ankalaev.
Yuri Prochazka there, he's taking it all in his stride and he knows he's going to come back and he'll probably get an immediate title fight. But, sadly, the sport moves on and he's out of the equation for now. Now, 50% of that title fight was Glover Teixeira. Glover Teixeira came out, he said they offered him Magomed Ankalaev. He didn't want to take that fight. He was happy to take the Jan Blachowicz fight from what he said in some interviews because Jan Blachowicz, he's orthodox. He's not a southpaw. He's not predominantly a wrestler. He's a guy that's going to come in and bang, throw heavy hands. Of course, Blachowicz is a very, very good fighter, former light heavyweight champion. The only man, well, until recently with Pereira, to beat Israel Adesanya, predominantly did it on the feet, so a very, very good striker, but a bit more of a straightforward puzzle for someone like Glover Teixeira to figure out. Magomed, on the flip side, he's a southpaw, he's a little bit taller, he's coming from Dagestan, he's a Greco-Roman wrestler, he's a master of sport in combat sambo, and we know those guys are a tough nut to crack, a tough puzzle to figure out, and a hard man to beat inside the octagon. Now, I'm not saying that Glover was sidestepping Magomed Ankalaev, not for 1 second. In fact, he even said, I'll be happy to fight him, but we want to fight him in January, just so I can do a bit of specific training on this. But of course, the UFC, they've got a huge event. It's going to be at the T-Mobile Arena. It's the pay-per-view. It's the end of the year. They need to have a title fight on that event. And of course, Magomed Ankalaev, Jan Blachowicz, it's the perfect fight.
Conor McGregor goes after Anthony Smith after Smith made various remarks about Conor's potential PED usage. McGregor said, "The audacity of this loser. The percentage of the bones joining back after a break like this is so low. You think I care about anything else? I'm the most tested fighter of all time in combat sports. I give everything to this game. You, nothing. Everything was fully disclosed before I began. The state of allowance for athletes to recover from injuries as horrific as the one I overcame must be assessed. My thoughts are with Weidman and Anderson Silva. The three of us, and only us, know the severity of this injury. I crushed the metatarsal bones in my foot 3 weeks before the Khabib fight and still made the walk. All injuries are not the same. You will see it all on Netflix. When a serious injury with a high percentage never recovering occurs, it is simply just not the same. McGregor then finished his rant aimed at Smith with the following voice clip.
Come here, this one goes out to Anthony Smith, yeah? You know, reports came out your last bout, you broke the leg, right? You're sitting there hobbled over the oak. What was the extent of the injury? There was silence out of your trap on that. So obviously it was a miscalculation. You didn't break your leg, but what was it? Was it a stress fracture? What was the issue, pal? Because you know what that looks like to me, you hobbling out there, was what I experienced pre the break. What I went through in the camp and in training, and had them stress fractures, and they were building up over time, even over years of booting people around, yeah? It built up over time. So keep kicking, pal, until the leg snaps. Until then, strap your leg up and keep going and get back in that cage and kick until the leg fully snaps. And then you'll be at my level, yeah? And then go about what you gotta go about to. I'm a big, bad machine. What can I say? God decided it.
Kayla Harrison suffered her first loss in MMA at the hands of Larissa Pacheco at the 2022 PFL World Championships. Here's what she had to say about the defeat. I just think I talk a lot about legacy, right? And to me, my legacy isn't just what I do inside the cage, it's how I carry myself outside the cage. I think about what I want my kids to know, and I'm not ashamed of myself tonight. I'm proud. I went out there, I fought, and I lost. But I can hold my head high and carry myself with dignity, and I think that a real champion shows up in the good times and the bad. I want kids everywhere to know that. Listen, I fell down tonight. I fell flat on my face. I lost in front of the whole world, and it hurt, and it's going to hurt for a while. But it's also an opportunity for growth, an opportunity for me to become a better fighter, a better person, and that is part of my legacy. Not just the wins, but what I do during the losses as well. I have a lot of work to do. Failure is my fuel. Some days you're the nail, and some days you're the hammer. I feel like I've been the hammer for a while, and today I experience being the nail. This is an opportunity for me to grow as a fighter and a person. I'm very fortunate that this isn't the first time I've lost in life or in a sports setting, you know. I've lost many times in judo. It's a little different in MMA, obviously. It's the world's biggest stage. I obviously just lost my title. That hurts, and it's going to hurt for a while. It's different in the sense that there's $1 million on the line.
Come on, we're gonna take a better picture. How you insulting my friends? Come on, take a good one. Come on. That's a good picture. Come on.
Kicks that I know I've got the power to knock someone out. I know I've got the skill set to submit people, and I also know I've got the, you know, one, the heart, and two.
Guys, thanks so much for checking out the video. If you like the content we do here on this channel, don't forget to like and subscribe to MMA Library for all the latest MMA and UFC news. We'll see you in the next video.